Now at 6, Pitt State announces a $50 million project to bring new university developments downtown. Plus, a Joplin school is temporarily put on lockdown while police search for a vehicle theft suspect. And a local coach explains how good and bad sportsmanship can affect the game.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A big announcement from Pitt State this afternoon, a $50 million project that will expand the university's footprint in the Block 22 neighborhood. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. The school says the keystone for the district will be a new building for the Kels College of Business at 5th and Broadway, on the property currently leased by BMO Harris Bank. The project also includes the redevelopment of the historic Best Hotel, the tallest building in southeast Kansas. In addition, the university will partner with the Colonial Fox Theater to share space in a 2-story pavilion already planned by the theater to be built on the empty lot owned by the Fox.
While they're here at Pittsburgh State University, either as undergraduates or graduate students, by connecting them to our community more deeply, to our region more deeply, to our businesses more deeply, we hope to do multiple things. And primarily that is helping those businesses and communities to grow even while those students are here.
Of the total $50 million cost, the Pittsburgh State University Foundation already has $7 million in hand, contributed by donors for the Kels College of Business portion. The university this week learned it's also getting a $12.5 million grant from the Kansas Department of Commerce. Private-public partnerships will be sought to shore up the gap. Construction is slated to start in 2024 with classes beginning in 2026. Let's check in with meteorologist Sam Lane for a first look at the weather.
Thank you very much, Dow. We had a little bit of snow this morning, especially up to the north and west in our northern sections, and radar is cleared now, but that's going to be changing over the next 12 to 24 hours as we have another wave of snow starting to move in. But let's enjoy this evening. Temperatures dropping through the 40s all the way down to 30 degrees by tomorrow morning. And taking a look down the lane, we do have that chance of morning snow, but a sunny Sunday as well as Saturday, windy on Sunday, and some rainy hearts in our forecast as well, and we'll tell you all about that when we come back.
See you then. A Joplin school went into lockdown this morning as police search for a theft suspect. Around 7 a.m., authorities in Webb City were chasing a stolen vehicle. That chase led into Joplin at the intersection of Zora and 249, where the suspect left the vehicle and ran. Authorities then got an alert of a suspicious person at College Heights Christian School. The school was put on lockdown and searched, but authorities did not find the suspect. This morning, a Carthage School District bus transporting students was involved in an accident at Chapel and Fur Road. All the students were given the opportunity to be evaluated on scene by medical personnel. A few students did seek additional medical assistance. Parents were notified and arrangements were made to get students to school. A pet food factory in Miami, Oklahoma will soon have a new owner. Nestle Purina Pet Care announced plans to buy Red Collar Pet Foods in Miami. Purina has worked with the Red Collar team since 2022 to co-manufacture several pet treats under its Purina and Zooks brands. Red Collar says the sale underscores the quality of the Miami operations and team. The Miami factory will be the 22nd Purina-owned and operated facility nationwide. As Super Bowl weekend approaches, bickering between Chiefs and Eagles fans is common on social media. KOAM's Amber Jenkins spoke to a local coach about how good sportsmanship can impact the game.
Fans having passion for their favorite sports team or player drives the team morale. However, having bad sportsmanship can bring your team down when they need you the most.
I think it's respecting the opponents, respecting the work that they put in. And, that's a huge piece. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion and they're right. They have that right.
Sport referees are usually the punching bag for fans, especially during big games. But before you blame another championship game over a ref call, being a referee can change your view of sportsmanship.
Probably one of the best things I ever did as a coach was become an official early in my coaching career for another sport to kind of get a feel for what that's like. It's very tough. It's extremely difficult, and And I can tell you every time that I went out, I just wanted to do a good job, do a fair job.
Coach Shorter knows good sportsmanship can turn the tides of a game. That's why Coach makes sure to let his players get another perspective of the game.
And I've had a lot of my kids actually officiate some youth games and things like that, just so they can get a feel of what it's like on that side. I think it gives them a different perspective and an important perspective that we all need at times.
Whether you're a fan or a player, being a good sport is one of the best ways you can rep your team well.
You know, our kids love the program and they want to be a part of it. They want to be a part of something positive.
Reporting in Carl Junction, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Remember, having a passion for sports does not give you a free ticket to be a bad sport. Students in McDonald County, Missouri are ready for Sunday as they show off their Chiefs spirit. Today was Touchdown Thursday in the district. Students were encouraged to wear their favorite Chiefs shirt.
Excited. I enjoy sharing my enthusiasm about the Chiefs with all the kids and letting them show their school spirit and supporting them too.
Tomorrow, McDonald County students will celebrate Fired Up Friday. Kansas City Chiefs fans are pretty much everywhere in the 4 states, but we can't forget about those occasional local Philadelphia Eagles fans. In a sea of red, Joplin teacher, one of them, is cheering for that team. Tim Gubera grew up in Joplin and is, yes, you guessed it, a Philadelphia Eagles fan. This Eagle fan knows he's in Chiefs territory and shows his team spirit kind of discreetly, but what if the Eagles win?
I'm not coming to work. No matter what, it's going to be a lot of fun, and when we get back here, it adds a bit of excitement to the game because you know if you win, you got some points that you get to use and some things you get to say to kind of get under some people's skin a little bit.
Yeah, and if the Chiefs win, vice versa. Gubera says his family is split with both Eagles and Chiefs fans. Coming up, we're going to check out a job fair bringing in employers from all over Ottawa County. Plus, how some Southwest Missouri moms-to-be are reacting after a birthing center announces it'll soon be closing. Employers in Ottawa County, Oklahoma today came together to host a job fair. Organizers say a recent meeting stressed the need to connect people looking for a job with local employers, so they gather businesses from a variety of industries, hiring for a variety of positions for the job fair.
We also have been hearing from people who say, I need a job. So somewhere in between there's been a disconnect. And so hopefully through an event like this today, we can put those people that have jobs together with those who need jobs and make some good positive connections today and get people back to work in Miami.
There were also hiring incentives and drawings for prizes at the fair. One of the few birthing centers in Springfield is closing its doors at the end of this month, and now moms-to-be are scrambling for options before their due date. Reporter Elizabeth Van Mitri has their story.
Our baby, we don't know what we're having, so it's been a secret for us.
Jaden Sherrill is 36 weeks pregnant and still doesn't know the gender of the baby.
Should we just find out? No, we're already this far. We're gonna wait.
It's not the only thing they don't know about their baby. They don't know where he or she is being born either. The game plan was to deliver at the Family Birth and Wellness Center.
I heard that Family Birth and Wellness is closing. Are you still able to give birth there? And I was like, that's news to me. I'm 4 weeks away from delivering and I have not heard anything.
Some families got this email. Others say they did not. Some may still not know today. Kaylin King, a local doula, says the last 24 hours have been difficult for her clients who plan to use the center.
It's devastating and it's really, really sad, and I'm upset for our clients and I'm upset for our community.
Those planning to give birth in just a few weeks are now trying to figure out what to do next.
There are several other providers in town that will be able to step up and help, but this is just now so many people are having to step in and help these families when they were already at max capacity.
Mary Walsh was the former owner of the center. She sold it in 2021 after 10 years. She says finding help will be difficult.
Providers don't like to take people on late in pregnancy. They're usually booked up, and whether they're trying to find a new OB or a new midwife or whatever they're looking for, it's really difficult to even find care at this point.
And families are wondering how they're going to be able to afford this new expense.
The thing about birthing centers is they don't accept insurance, so we're already out of pocket thousands of dollars.
Some women said they haven't been able to get an answer about whether they'll get any of their money back. The center's owner, Dr. Stephen Lohr, is a chiropractor who bought it last year. A post on the Family Birth and Wellness Facebook page says in part, last year he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer and was forced to be away from the practice for months. While Dr. Lohr was out, the center lost a lot of employees, and he says they've been unable to hire staff. He also mentioned the business has been operating at a financial loss for some time. Dr. Lohr promised in the Facebook post that they are developing a plan for the mothers to transition to other providers in town. A little bit later, we're going to hear from the Missouri Southern women's basketball team ahead of a big rivalry matchup against Pitt State.
And we're going to take a look at the forecast because we have a chance of snow tonight. I'll have all the details when we come back. Well, we have had a variety of weather over the last few days, lots of rain over the last couple of days. In fact, last night you can see it was raining down in Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. That rain cleared out this morning, and then this afternoon the sun came out and the clouds started to form this afternoon on our time lapse. You can see there just some cumulus clouds and turning into stratocumulus this evening, and that's where we're sitting right now. Temperatures are also pretty nice out there for January or for February. Forget what month it is. Indigo Sky Casino Resort, pretty nice night. Just a few clouds, but these clouds are going to increase as we go through the overnight hours and also bring us a chance of snow. You can see the clouds on our tower cam here in Joplin too. We did make it up to 54 today, which was above the normal of 48. We were also above normal on the low of 35. The normal low is 27. Of course, not anywhere close to those records. We had quite a bit of rain over the last couple of days. A lot of that was south and along I-44, with several places getting several inches of rain, especially down in McDonald, Delaware, Benton, and Berry counties, where there was some water going over the roads in many locations. But in southeastern Kansas, they kind of missed out on a lot of the heavy rain, and they desperately need the rain as the drought is continuing for that part of our area. Radar is clear right now, but as we go through over the next few hours and into overnight, that's when the rain and the snow is going to start developing once again. Here's the storm system that was over us for the last couple of days. Now I'm pulling up into the Great Lakes. Here comes the next one coming in from the west, and that's going to interact with that cold air that's in place, and that's why we're thinking the chance of snow is going to be greater tonight and into tomorrow morning. Right now in Joplin, we're sitting at 48, northwest wind at 7, feels like 45 as a result, and the dew point is currently 36 degrees, so it is a little bit moist out there. Temperatures are generally in the 40s, especially lower 40s up to the north and west, still close to 50. In fact, it is 50 in Neosho and Anderson as well as Jay with northerly winds. And we're generally running around a few degrees warmer tonight than we were last night at this time. But notice up to the north and west, notice how much colder it is back towards the north and west. And precipitation chances as we go next 36 hours, you can see the highest is going to be in the morning hours, right around rush hour. That's when we could see the white stuff coming down. How much is going to accumulate? Well, not a whole lot. Generally around a tenth or so, maybe as much as a quarter of an inch in the metro area on the grassy surfaces. Higher chance of accumulation is probably going to be down to the south, but everyone will probably see the flakes flying as we go into the morning hours, especially on the morning rush. Breaking it down for you, temperatures tonight in the 30s with snow developing back towards the west, and as we go through the overnight hours, that spreads eastward across our area and arriving here in the metro a little bit before the rush hour with temperatures in the 20s up to the north, 30s down to the south. Then in the afternoon, that system pulls away to the south. Temperatures rebound into the upper 30s and lower 40s with northerly winds. And then as we go into Saturday morning, we're going to see temperatures bottoming out in the teens, especially to the north and west, with temperatures in the 20s elsewhere. Then as we head through Saturday afternoon, a great day. Lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 40s and 50s across the area with light and variable winds. Then as we move into Sunday, not as cold, but still right around normal for this time of year, lows in the 20s on south winds. How about the next 7 days? Well, the weekend looks great. We just have to get through the morning snow, and then on Monday, showers late, and then better chance of rain on Tuesday for Valentine's Day, of course. And then as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, some of that may mix over into a winter mix with temperatures dropping into the 30s by Thursday.
Southeast Kansas in particular could use a bit more precipitation.
Hopefully they'll get some more. Yep.
Thanks, Sam. Still ahead, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes gives an update on his ankle injury ahead of Super Bowl Sunday. And Missouri Southern women's basketball prepares for a rivalry weekend against Pitt State. We're going to hear from the Lions next.
The Missouri Southern Lions are off to a hot start to the baseball season. Last week, Southern went 4-0 on opening weekend, playing all 4 games at home. Now tonight, the Lions on the road for the first time, facing Henderson State. That one is already final. Missouri Southern holds on to win a good one, 4-3. Will Doherty goes 1 for 3 with a double and a pair of RBIs. Well, this week is rivalry week for Pitt State and Missouri Southern basketball. 2 teams meet Saturday in Pittsburgh in their second matchup of the season. On the women's side, Pitt State won the last meeting 87-79 in early January. In that meeting, Gorillas out-rebounded the Lions 40-27. They also shot the ball pretty well, going 50% from the field and 55% from 3. So for the Lions, being better on the boards and being better on the defensive end, focus heading into this weekend.
Last time we just struggled defensively, but I think we're a completely different team than we were last time we played them, so I think this time around our defense will definitely have been tuned up.
They shot it extremely well. I think the first half they were like 8 for 12 from the three-point line. Then the second half they didn't shoot as well from the 3, but Gerber really hurt us in the paint. They went to her a lot in the second half. I think she ended up like 20 and 10 on us, so she was a big factor in the second half. But offensively, they're just so good. They shot it so well. They shot over 50% overall. I want to say they shot like 55% from the three-point line. And anytime you let that team shoot that well, you're not going to beat them. They'll beat anybody in the country if you let them shoot like that.
Well, we're down to just 3 days until Super Bowl 57. The Chiefs and Eagles meet Sunday in Arizona to crown the next world champion. And these 2 quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs, Jalen Hurts for the Eagles, no doubt 2 of the best in the league. But they've both been dealing with injuries. Hurts sprained his shoulder in Week 15. Mahomes sprained his ankle in the Chiefs' playoff opener against Jacksonville. Now here's Mahomes on where he is in his recovery.
I don't think you'll know exactly until you get to game day. I'm definitely in a better spot. I definitely can move around better than I was moving last week or 2 weeks ago. And so it's just trying to continue to get the treatment and the rehab and get to as close as I can to 100%, and then rely on some adrenaline to let me do a little bit extra when I'm on the field.
That's one thing you always want for Super Bowl Sunday. You know you have the 2 best teams. You want them to both be healthy when they're out there, so you know there's no doubt at the end of the night on Sunday.
And there's no excuses either. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to meet a Joplin man who won't be rooting for the Chiefs this weekend since he's an Eagles fan, teaches at the school. Plus, some McDonald County Food Service students get a chance to get some real-world experience and why a Southeast Kansas organization is asking for donations of pies. I'd like donations of pies. Pies are always good. Those stories, a lot more. It's coming up tonight, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Yes, we do have some snow chances ahead.
We have some snow chances tonight and especially around rush hour tomorrow, but then a great weekend shaping up with temperatures in the 50s. Then rain comes back on Valentine's Day, and then maybe a mixture after that.
Final sports note.
The NFL awards are tonight. Patrick Mahomes expected to be named MVP. I know you and I expect him. We expect him to be MVP.
Me too.
If he's not, how about this? I'll shave my head.
That's very daring. As far as I'm concerned, he is the most valuable player every year.
He's paid a lot of money, and I still think he's a pretty big steal.
MV Patrick Mahomes. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.